Oh my god. Well, this is a big day with a lot of big news because Trios is back and a lot has happened in the Trios scene already despite FNCS being over 4 months away. Lock in and get some treats or something to snack on while you watch this video because there is a lot of drama here. Right before we get into it, if you want to become the best player possible, that includes solos, duos and trios, check out the Solo Superstars by Destiny Jesus and a ton of other big coaches, links in description. You can get almost daily coaching from these guys and it helps a bunch because I'm on it. And I can tell you firsthand, it is great. Now let's start with this trio stuff. What's been happening? Because we have had a lot happening in the trio scene. And I'm going to start talking about EU, and then we're going to move to NA, where we're going to talk about the Peterbot drama, and the Veno drama, and the Booga drama. All three of them linked into this big drama sphere. Okay, so on EU we have Swizzy, Moustache, and Vanyak win this one out. This is a permanent trio, or as we think. They plan to play with each other. There were 4 players in the friend group, Swizzy, Moustache, Vanyak, and Malabuka. But Swizzy, Moustache, and Vanyak decided to play together, leaving Malabuka to find a different team. But anyway, they won with 3 wins out of 7 matches. In second place, due to a toilet issue, is Vico, Chap, and Flixie. And you might be thinking, what toilet issue? Well, this toilet issue was an interesting one. You know, on the side of the map, on the icy biome, there's a toilet that leads to an underground cave. Well, Gripey went underneath the cave, and as they came out of the bunker of the toilet, he shot them one by one, 3v1ing them in one of their games. Now, this trio is still looking disgusting, as they have 3 of possibly the best fighters in EU put together, and they are permanent for now. Though I would not be completely putting your trust in all of these trios because, as I said, it is 4 months away. And it one bad performance, one bad cash cup, and they could just throw in the towel and then just ditch each other. We actually had a couple interesting place teams that placed 13th, 14th, and 15th. Ping, Panzer, and Malabuka came in 13th. I believe they are a fill team, but Malabuka is still looking for his permanent trio. Vadil, Janice, and Reason came 14th. Not bad at all. Although they are looking interesting. Some of their games are looking great, but they're still having some mid ones littered in there. Haris, Tayson, and Skivvy, not to be confused with Skibidi, are all looking pretty good. It looks like Tayson's IGLing, Skivvy is tarping, and Haris is fragging. So it is looking like a well-worked machine at the moment, but whether they can keep it going, I cannot tell you. Queasy, Veno, and Pixie came 34th, not a great performance for them, and Blaha, Mission, and Chari came in 35th. Seti, Yapko, and Kami came in 45th, and it is not looking good so far for these guys. It was looking pretty good in opens, they were actually fragging, but in finals, coming 45th out of 198 for a team of this caliber is not what we're really looking for. Anyway, that's all for EU. Now for NA, the arguably more exciting content region at the moment. When Trios was announced, we instantly have the big questions of who is going to be playing with Peterbot. Peterbot has been an outstanding member of society in the Fortnite community over the last year, winning pretty much every single FNCS but one. So who's he playing with? He dropped Poyo. As we all know, dropping Poyo was a big move considering he just won 3 FNCSs with him, including the LAN. So it was a massive decision to drop this guy. But Peterbot decided to do it anyway and picked up Cold as his joint fragger. Cold, obviously we know Cold, one of the greatest players to ever touch the game. This guy is crazy. His results in tournaments may not show it, but we all know, and everyone in the community knows, this guy is the best fighter possibly ever. Pair him with Peterbot and you have a massive force to be reckoned with. They started by deciding they needed a tarper. They need someone just to tarp while they get all the kills, so they picked up Booga. Booga's been tarping for a couple years, but they have some other options, and we definitely got to see them. Anyway, on NA, Skittles, Chubbs, and Chimp managed to win out the day with 2 wins out of 8, making it look easy. They did have a ton of kills, therefore making up for the only 2 wins. But Chubbs is going crazy at the moment, super underrated. Aegis, Rituals, and Acorn are in second with 2 wins again, and only 15 points off the top team. Cold, Peterbot, and Booga came in 3rd. You'd think a 3rd was a great performance, but clearly not for Peterbot because he's decided that it's going to change, and I'll tell you about all that in a second. 1 spot down from them, Rapid, Poyo, and Bolts, the team that Poyo has made to rival Peterbot. They outplaced them in opens, but then just got outplaced by Peterbot in the finals, going 4th to their 3rd. Clicks, Muzz and Rise came 5th. A really good, really good placement for Clicks coming out off the back of trios. I was not expecting him to get this great and settle in so soon, but here we are. A team that has really surprised me is Bookie, Ocus and Craze. What is that team? I don't know, but Bookie and Ocus are back at it, and I'd not expected to see them place 8th today. That was a real shock to me. Likewise, the triple controller team of Byla, Cam and TK. The triple controller team placing 12th was again not on my bingo card this year, but here we are. A lot of older players are coming back to the game after Trios has been announced because they know that they once again have a spot in competitive. We had Nebs, iDrop and Trulex, all of EU players coming 48th. And that about sums up NA. So what's happening with Peterbot? Because it is massive. So if you guys don't know, there is an Aphantasia podcast run by 112K as the main host. And also the other hosts are Coach Boop, Reese Hub and Coach Harry. There are occasional guests, but they are the main people on the Aphantasia podcast.
Hi.
Hi.
Then they talk about a lot of stuff and they occasionally get some people on to interview. Now we had Veno on for an interview and he basically came in and said a whole load of stuff about the GOAT debate, but then said this about Peterbot's trio.
So I don't think they should play with Booga, they probably should play with someone else. Not even me. I think they should play with someone else.
Why don't you think they should play with Booga?
Booga's just mid. Say, hey, he just, of course he's one of the GOATs, but like, at this moment in time, he's mediocre at everything. Killing people, mediocre. Tarping, to be fair, I'd say like he's actually like a decent tarper, but like, I don't know, a decent tarper, and that's something you need for trio, so we'll say that. We'll have to see him, what he's like now. Decent tarper. No knowledge about how to play high ground. None. Not that good at getting surge or putting them into positions where you can get surge. Not that good at picking POIs. I mean, I guess he's not going to be picking, so it's kind of pointless.
No.
He's not the picker of that team. What else can I even say? He just got nothing about high ground. Like, this makes no sense for the way they play the game. He's got no height knowledge, nothing. And I feel like it's going to be more about, whereas normally it's like the IGL teaching the players how he wants them to play. It's going to be the players teaching the IGL how they want him to play.
Right.
Now you've heard the clip, he basically called Booga mid and said that he is mid at all aspects of the game at the moment. He is not good at fragging, he is not good at getting his team into good surge positions, and he is not great at anything. He is just a mid player. He said he might be good at tarping, but even that is not certain because we don't know what's going to happen and we haven't had trios in a really long time. So now he's all said this stuff about Booga. Booga then tweets on Twitter about lions and lambs. I'm assuming he's calling Veno a lamb and he's the lion, but we can never be certain because the tweet was deleted. It did say something along those lines though. It turns out though, Booga was the one on today's unfortunate list because he was dropped literally a couple hours later. He was dropped by Peterbot and Veno was given a chance to play with them for the next couple cash cups and really see what they could do together. In my personal opinion, I know I'm not meant to give it, but I think Peterbot should play with Veno. Veno is a much better player in my opinion, and Booga a much better fit. Veno is a great tarper. He can put his team in good search positions, and he is also really good at fighting, which fits himself straight into Peterbot and Cold. If you look at every single finals Veno ever plays, he is always in the top 3 in damage no matter what. Therefore, with Veno on the team, they will never struggle with surge, and he's been playing with Queasy for over 4 years, I believe, making him really smart. But anyway, Booga was not happy about this. He then got into contact with both of them and said if they play with Veno, he's going to spend the entirety of next competitive year and the entirety of the year after that and the year after that landing on them and griefing them. He will spend the next 5 years of competitive Fortnite landing on them so they will never succeed. He said he has generational wealth and will be able to do that and can afford to do that, so they should just play with him instead. Now, I don't know how this situation is going to go, but that's a pretty low bar to stoop to, if I'm being completely honest, from Booga. I understand getting the best team, but what is the vibes going to be like if your best team's only playing with you because you're threatening to grief them if they don't? Now, this is actually possible, I think. If Bugha establishes a team and can make grand finals every single season along with them, he can just land on them and full grief them. He can 50-50 them every single time. So they're only making it off spawn about 5 or 6 or 7 of their 12 games, meaning they're going to have an absolute amazing performance to even do slightly well. We have received word that Booga is going to be playing with Peterbot and Cold for the next Trio Cash Cup. I don't know whether that means his ploy has worked, or they're trying at Booga for a couple more events and then switching to Veno. We have no clue, but that is how it's going down. I don't know how this situation is going to go, but that is pretty crazy. But these pros are in this position because they became a pro, and you can become a pro too if you click the link in the description. Check out Solo Superstars. Solos is the best way to find good teammates for trios, so start placing in solos and it'll all fit in from there. Make sure you watch this video on the screen or this video because they are all bangers and YouTube likes it when you watch more than one video on my channel. I am not spreading gossip, guys, I'm just saying it how it is, and I think this is pretty crazy stuff happening here. But anyways, I'll see you in a bit. Have a great day.